Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of No Excuses with your favorite show hosts, Venurian, and no, just me today. This is going to be awful. So, yeah, fair warning. If you'd like to get in contact with us for the show, you can certainly do so by clicking on our Discord link in the description below the video, or going to VTOReductions.com and clicking on the show logo on any show post you can find. Unfortunately, we haven't updated there in quite some time, though, so you might have to dig a little bit. So, since I'm stuck here all alone, I need to find something to do. Now, I know there is an email in there, and it is from Cerathus, as usual, so I will say Cerathus will put that off for next week until we get the show hosts all back, but I do actually have a few second-hand stories I can share on your topic, so we will come back to that next week. But for now, well, I'm going to do a horrible, horrible thing. I'm going to play the Colonel Sanders game. I haven't actually looked at this game too deeply, other than to know that it exists, and apparently people really like it. So, let us see. What? Right, so straight off the bat, I have many questions. Why is there a dog? Why is there a JoJo character? Why is Colonel Sanders disturbingly sexy? What is going on? Alright. I'm probably going to regret this. At least it's not a tofu boyfriend, but let's dive straight in, shall we? Will just be me, and this is probably going to be something I horribly, horribly regret. Huh. That's what happens when you do things blind. You think the game might have crashed. No, okay. So here we go. You sleep softly in the morning sun. Oh, sorry. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up. Now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Okay. That noise is extremely annoying. That clock's going out the window. You slept through the school year and gave up on the once-in-a-life's opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. Yay, I've reached a bad end already. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Let's try that again. The fact that there's bad ends in this game at all is interesting. Presumably you can't get murdered by Colonel Sanders, so that's at least something. Alright, let us get up this time. Laying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there, and what will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. So, you'll need to take this seriously, or you allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. I'm halfway tempted just to pick all the worst options, but let's take it seriously for now. I better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through the morning checklist, teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized, nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Just what you need to get your blood flowing. Okay, a rather disturbingly attractive biscuit, right. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Is it going to say that name the entirety every time? Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. She's full Genki girl, isn't she? Good morning, are you excited for your first day of the rest of our lives? Cliche. Actually, because I sure am, excited, a little nervous, okay, a lot more nervous. I'm not doing voices, by the way. Because no. Although if Ari was here, I'd probably actually get him to do a Deep South voice for Colonel Sanders, because that just seems appropriate. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Why are you already dressed as a chef? Classic Miriam, raised by Master Chef parents. Oh, that's why. She's always held herself to be a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, what? It's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning... Gah! Famous 3-day only semesters... What? I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. This is sounding like an incredibly strange school. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. The summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. What? I'm starting to see why people like this. This is just utterly bizarre. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Let's go to school gossip. It's hard to see Miriam like this, and frankly quite exhausting. Rather than dwell on her anxiety, you try to change the subject to something more interesting. I want to find out about that dog, dammit. All summer you've been hearing rumours about a dreamy, enigmatic mystery student who is enrolled at the school. He is inexplicably a corgi with a mustache. Yeah, that's a little worrisome, but you'll be fine. Now what about this mystery student we read about in the school message board? Any new deets? Nobody says deets. Oh, I get this. I heard his name is Harland and he's no ordinary student. They say he has powers. He has had them ever since he was born. From an egg. An egg? Like a chicken? Don't be ridiculous. What? That thing about having powers, it would line up with some other rumours I've heard. Like, I heard he once fought a bear with just his smile. You both sigh thinking about a student so handsome that the laws of physics don't apply to him. Dreamy. Okay. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted by someone. Max your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey. It's Ashley, your arch rival, and she's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Here we go. You watch. Classic Sundra love interest incoming. Hello, Ashley, because why spell it normally, I guess? Oh, I didn't see you here, chicken shins. You leave Fern's shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. No, they're not. They're bony. I've always had bony shins. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. It is because it's spelled wrong. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters. See, the game's even acknowledged that her name's spelled wrong. I love this. I'm also thoroughly confused. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. What? We're not going to let you or your weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. You rag. Is he wearing a cummerbund but nothing else? Yes. Yes, he is. Oh boy. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. Nobody looks happy here. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend it as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand out our diplomas now. Well, for 3 days in cooking school, they may as well. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. You're in the kitchen. Go put a shirt on. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. What is with these noises? Oopsie, I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you. My name is Pop. I'm named after my Pop. He's old. That's not how that works. Could someone like this also be a student at this school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I prefer he's just reading it upside down. Yeah, that makes more sense. So in other words, he's an idiot. Hi, Pop. I'm Fern. So, are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, a young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is this me or is he kind of cute? No, he's kind of dumb looking. I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable. Oh, he's on a podium. Okay. Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in a culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of the Skull. No, that doesn't work much better either. Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little fluffy, but I still demand respect, Wolf. Oh boy. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess that only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. Is this going to be incoming Bishonen? Yeah, there it is. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. It's as if it isn't my favourite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. I think I might need to meet the person who actually wrote this and either shake their hand or smack them upside the head. Possibly both. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a lot. Maybe we should open that window back up before Fawcett Pit melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. These people are just dicks. You two both know my name. We are in the same kindergarten class. And what is it with your really weird insults? You take a moment to clean yourself up. Okay, fine. I don't have a choice. I can't just sit there and be stanky. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. I have to question the hygiene of allowing a dog to handle your utensils, but never mind. Welcome to the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. the greatest culinary academy in the world. Birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late, I hope everyone had a really good time. I really miss... This guy's very bland looking. Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on a fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? You don't recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school. Yeah, I thought they only ran for days. With you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles referencing who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. What? The class burst into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should definitely be taking care of yourself. Hey. You never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart is tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket. But what kind? Beef treat, a rubber ball, or a chicken snack? Okay. Chicken. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favourite. Because KFC, of course. Duh. Well, I think there might be some competition for new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. More to the point, why did you come to school with dog treats already? You see the other students eyeing you with jealousy, but pay no mind to them, as they wanted to succeed in life. They should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treats flavours on them at all times. What? Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. Oh, okay, so are we going to do the Rebecca Black conundrum? Yeah, we are. We got to choose. We got to choose a seat. Jeez. I mean, if I sit next to Colonel Sanders, I'll probably catch a bad case of Bishonen. I don't want that. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Colonel Sanders. He has such a magnetic personality, and there's a seat open right next to him. If you had sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little better. I'd never sacrifice our friendship. Besides, I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. Yet, tomorrow. I've got 3 whole days. That's like a lifetime. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about that bit. Think fast. Time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you're ready for life at culinary school. It's going to be one question. Keep your nose sharp and focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is travelling to point B and train B is travelling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? What? Well, duh. Clean your hands. Forest is to tree as to chicken is to what? Night vision goggles? Feather. Duh. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? It's a spork. What food is the best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat or a pancake that looks like a silly face. It's the pancake. Lies. It is the pancake. Is Sprinkles a good boy? No, because he got the wrong... He got the last question wrong. I better suck up to him. Your total score is 4 out of 5. Yay! I have Colonel Sanders' approval. Excellent. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. No, it's not. It makes sense that the school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating, but it looks just like a normal school cafeteria with flowers on the tables. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. You smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Do we still not have this guy's name? Now, I just wanted to apologise for my tardiness. You see, I was... Howdy, folks. Oh yeah, he definitely needs a southern accent. I'm not doing it, though. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shush. Lunch. How is he already greasy? We haven't cooked anything yet. In honor of the new semester, I prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. Is it chicken? That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. It's going to be chicken. Because of course it's chicken. It's chicken! I'm not... We all know what KFC smells like. Let's face it. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken. What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for perfect fried chicken. By my calculations, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors, because it says so in every single ad. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can, because nobody currently can remember the number of 11. That's all I say about that. Oh, great. Time for more extremely weird insults. Oh boy, so... This game... I don't even know what to say about it. It's just going silly, and I expect it to get even sillier. What do you think? What, do you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? For sure. Oh, my dude, no. I'm just drafting the last will and testament in case of one of those ingredients is poison. Got it? He looks around nervously as if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You'd hate to see what a zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly has a different approach. Yeah, and I was just, like, writing in my diary. Dear Diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew that at that moment it was only the hands of a true gentleman that could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent. Oh God, why? What is that? As she slides closer to Colonel Sanders, she realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. No, he's for money and heart disease. Oh, please. Well, Van the Madman... I can't believe that's his actual name. If you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one eye and his eyes go wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. I'm glad this is animated because otherwise we'd be watching an episode of Shokugeki right now. Easy now, there is enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth in it. Why? It is a bucket. It's... anyway. It's amazing. Oh, no. There we go. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavour. Savour the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' currently heart. Or swim towards the light. I'm going to swim towards the light. Always going to the light. That's always a good idea. Somewhere up ahead, a light beckons you. The flavours are so intense you become wrapped up in them. Unable to resist, you reach towards the light. It grabs your hand and pulls you closer, closer, until your fingertips connects with the end of everything. You are forever lost in the land of tender fried chicken bliss. Your mind dissolves. There is no fern now. There is only herbs and spices. Though Miriam tries to revive you, she cannot. So that's not becoming one with the universe. That is called a heart attack. Don't eat too much KFC. Is this going to send me back to the start? I hope it doesn't send me back to the start. We shall see. Okay, no, we're back to the start of the chapter. Let's just skip a bit. Is there a... So, getting killed by a bucket of chicken is something entirely new. Not chicken bones, just chicken. Alright, there we go. Let us meditate on the chicken. You let the food rest in your mouth and focus on it, scrutinizing every flavour. Salt, maybe. Pepper, too obvious. Oregano, basil, maybe. But there's something else. It's called spice. You need to go fight a sandworm now. Off we go. Something dark, something spicy. You dig deeper, 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 then even deeper still until you find it. Could it be... yeah, okay. He really did it. How bold, how adventurous. To use... It's probably star anise or something. You try to go up even deeper into the sea of flavours, but this revelation alone is more than you can handle. Actually, no, it's KFC, so it's probably excessive amounts of sugar. That's what they put in their bread. It's cake. You snap out of it and realise that this information was meant to remain a secret, and yet now you know. A mantle of responsibility now rests upon your shoulders. As you look around, you realise that everyone in the room is consumed by the lunch. Nobody has noticed that you've travelled through space and time. After tasting his food, you try and get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. Wasn't Sanders an enormous racist, by the way? Anyway, he stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I just wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's sugar! Also diabetes. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavours that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. I mean, he did do that. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use blank. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. What is blank? Is it diabetes? Is it excessive amounts of sugar? Let's just go with the sugar. You never ever guess that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. And sugar definitely isn't the flavour you tasted before. But now you're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe, but don't tell Colonel Sanders that. Okay, so maybe that is diabetes. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. He's probably lying. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I'd like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. A big, big greasy mark. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Neg him to show him your own streak. Neg. Neg is not a word. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. Let's just invent hot and spicy, shall we? You know about that. I was thinking about your secret recipe. I don't doubt it. It has a way of leaving an impression on all who taste it. You decide to show him that you know a thing or two about blowing minds with new flavours. I actually had some thoughts on how you can improve it. Improve it? You want to change my secret recipe and you think you can do better? Have you ever heard of habanero peppers? Oh, okay, so yeah, we are interested in making it hot and spicy. Heard of them? I tend an entire garden of chili pepper varieties. Habanero, poblano, cayenne, but that's not the point. You can't just toss new ingredients into my secret recipe and expect to improve it. The recipe is all about balance. It involves careful consideration and refinement. I didn't mean to. Aha, I've pissed him off. Let this be the last time you improvise on my recipes. I'm headed back to class for the next lesson. That certainly didn't go as planned. You'd better head back inside, but you wait a moment so that Colonel Sanders doesn't think you're desperately chasing after him. Oh, cooking arena. We are playing Shokugeki now. You step into a massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. We finally get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Why? Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce, possibly, on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is, me and you, if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner? Sure, I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep boop, bizzed. Oh my, two potential partners. I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to be Miriam's partner? They're both not particular. Let's just not go with the weird one. It's okay. Wait, what? She will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. Right, what? It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this point. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forward. Clanky, clanky, clanky noises. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, as he does, sort of. But there's something charming and earnest about him. Tissue? No. Terrible puns. Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Is she going to fall in love with a kitchen appliance? Oh boy. Now is the time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two, for today's lesson we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Something with chicken. It's fancy, you don't even need to cook it. Steak tartare. Yeah, it's a bit of meat. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind, or potato and gravy. Because product placement. Yeah, product placement. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. You know, with powdered potato and really awful, flavourless gravy. And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, you got to get them out of a packet and then add water, because that's how KFC does it. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Alliteration, bitches. Oh, it's that again. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off of my man. Did someone call for me? Why do I hear boss music? No, geez, Van Van. While I'm here crushing Fern's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classroom. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into a boiling water, and his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley, Van Van. We're working in a quartet instead of a duet now. Actually, no, it looks like Fern was struggling, so he offered to give him a hand. Them a hand, because they got lazy, I guess. You know how it is, these young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Ha, doubt it. What a douche. Don't be rude, man. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. I can't words. After all, your fried chicken, it was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing, which has positioned itself at your station. That's kind of mean. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense. Nothing about this game makes any sense. But one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need, or turn to Miriam, your forever bestie who always has your back. I don't want to romance Colonel Sanders. That sounds just wrong. You turn to Miriam, and as soon as you find her, she senses it and looks back. This friend's friend, whatever. Her radar is second to none. She immediately comes running over. If someone threatened my friends, I will destroy them. Is she going to go Super Saiyan? Please, no. I actually think Ashley and Van Van were just leaving. Leave you in the dust. Via my skills as a chef, perhaps. But stepping away from this competition, you are sorely mistaken. Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but Fenurian is my partner for today's activity. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavour. There is no butter and cream anywhere near KFC potatoes. It's as if your natural passion had guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth, claggy, greyish-brown gravy. Gunk. Smothering your neatly finished potato dish. See, I am going to continue to Japan on KFC's food. Even though it does taste nice, or at least the chicken tastes nice, the potato and gravy is kind of awful. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be proud. No! Not the Bishy. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all the madness. No, I don't like where this is going. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil in the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. I don't like where this is going. I know I'm playing a dating sim, essentially, but no. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the spork full of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. See, now that is what KFC mashed potatoes are for. Van, do something. Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes it's delicious. Horrified by his revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? There wasn't any love anywhere in that. It was just, this is what your hand is doing while you're distracted. Hold it right there. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expected better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you better be prepared to eat it wherever it lands. Can I has potatoes face? Van rushes over, a covered dish in his hand. That is octopus served on an anime axe. Right. Mashed potatoes with gravy, pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacles of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. Oh, it's this guy again. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't. Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The result could be toxic. Are we going to get projectile vomiting? I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. Oh, yep, he's dead. Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped into Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, and then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen in the whole crowd as they motionless statues. Blech, words hard. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite the obvious danger, has inoculated him against any poison of all kinds. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. So, what about this guy? Are we just gonna leave him dead? Hello, I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all of his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on. Yeah, okay, we're just going to leave him like that. That's fine. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and a little more than a little spooky. You know, it's because there's a ghost hanging around. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I wanted you to know that they're not a great representation of my skills, but I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. They were glop from a packet. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Do I have to? There's something I need to tell you. You again. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And you just killed a guy. Every day since, I've been working towards that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. But you just killed a guy. We should follow our dreams with all our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating in the shooting star. We're not going to mention again that he just killed a guy. Shut up, I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Oh yeah, are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? Yeah, good. You can't prove that. Yes, we can, because he just killed a guy. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? He didn't have a name. Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him, we're talking about me. Me, I'm the hero. I have several questions. What is that? Where did it come from? Why is this happening? Why has it got sporks for teeth? Oh, do I have to fight this thing now? Okay. We'll not let harm come to another student, except for that ghost kid. I kind of dropped the ball on that. Well, yeah, he got killed. Nobody cares. Be afraid, be very afraid of me, because I'm a monster, see? I don't even know what that is. Probably a more accurate representation of KFC's potato and gravy. Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. Okay. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack do you use? Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upsets Spork Monster. Hot Gravy. Right. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay, sure. You do you. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. What? They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? So to go on the attack. What will you use? More Cooking with Love. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utility Tensile. You take 2 damage. If you take much more damage, you're not going to be able to survive the battle. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean that up. Well, not me, because apparently I'm going to die through whatever this thing is. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Where did this staff come from? Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot Pie Power Pinch. Does 10 damage. It also had a very, very small amount of hit points. Spare this wretched beast. Because, you know, KFC is not going to be anything without an actual potato and gravy. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that it is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Be gone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The Spork Monster left behind an item. It appears to be a cookbook. But upon closer inspection, it is so much more. Hold on, what? Book of Magic Spells with golden... Huh? Last name to have signed out is Borko. Bork. Borko, that name sounds familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tight state, you don't know if you could have made it out without him. What a guy. Wait a minute, is that the chicken attack chicken? I think it is. Damn, references. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up as you're tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. No. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love dreams are weird. What is going on? You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you have. Were they memories or premonitions? You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel's cooking yesterday. You can't believe he either used lard. And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you. Right. It's not much of a secret, huh? It's just probably because he already trusts you so much. Or it's because everyone knows that it's probably salt. Or sugar. And sugar. Alright. I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, oh, right. She is going to fall in love with a kitchen appliance. Like, as in, like? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him I like. I like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. How? He just clanks. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the... Hold on, what? It was also the convertible that he himself rode in on at the homecoming parade. Wait, Colonel Sanders was the convertible? Oh, right. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with the new boy. Like I am with Colonel Sanders. Yeah, right. The coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend the University of Cooking School, learning for Academy. That's a thing. We definitely connected yesterday. Ha, sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is totally not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? But you don't tell her that you know a second ingredient too, which you discovered on your own. Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yes, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Yes, there should always be a dramatic echo everywhere. Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical gardens where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me about his passion for spices. Secret spices. Those aren't spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. Did you see the universe? He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favour, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. Oh, great, so someone's going to end up in jail. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling, came over me. The flavour was unlike anything else. I was joking! I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever, anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Yeah, you're going to jail, lady. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much of use to anyone. Please, would it tell... I mean, it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? It's diabetes. It'll be fake. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about... It was Eye of Newton. Duh. You know, it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she is definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Oh, not this again. What? What? Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature and gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You're so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. So if anyone's looking for an anime that's actually worth watching, there is an anime which kind of runs along the line of this, except without the cooking flair, which we've mentioned before. It's something like something Sakamoto. I have to look it up. But it's basically that sort of nonsense thrown out through an entire anime series. There's one kid who is just so unbelievably cool. It's called Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto? However that translates. Go check it out. It's actually a very fun and dumb anime, but it is only one season, only 12 episodes, and that's as long as I think it needs to be. It does start to wear a little bit towards the end. Anyway. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out right. He's actually quite right there. Horses are disturbingly accurate at navigating their way home. And now we'll walk through cities to do it. What a horseful beaut you have. I'm going to talk about your beaut now. I mean, what a horseful beaut you have. Dang it, that's just what I said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. My friend just gets really nervous around people they like. What? This is not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. Why? You do a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. You can't blame a girl for trying. I can, because she's terrible. And she's probably going to jail for trafficking. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears in the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. It must be cartoon bad. Who is this guy? Up in the corner here. Like, counterfeiting recipes bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients bad. Summoning a demon bad? It's going to be summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder. He's still not wearing a shirt. But he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? That's awful. Acts like I'm not interested. I'm going to sidle up here. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You can even hear Van Van muttering something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. It's demon summoning. Right. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. I tried to yesterday. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. I mean, Gordon Ramsay? You finally get to look at what it is they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spork monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. How'd they get it? I don't know what you're talking about. This book is family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. And how did you not notice that before? We're playing. Before you can dig any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that it rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Before you can... You watch... you watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzz, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Are we going down the R2-D2 line here? I think we might be. Yep, we are. R2-D2, by the way, had a very, very filthy mouth if you actually bothered to translate it. A lot of the scripts actually had translations, and yeah. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Oh god, why? Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? You've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He is panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. Incidentally, do not feed KFC to your dog. You will kill your dog. I apologise for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favourite fowl, the chicken, because of course. You want to pay attention to the lesson, you truly do. Which is why, in 1776, after the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was Chicken who first signed the... What? But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you missed most of the important parts. Why? When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, naturally this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? Dog biscuit, a simmering pepper, or a glass of water? Shimmering pepper? A brightly coloured pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in the most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. Oh great, I'm going to become a pepper-based magical girl. However, your body was not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. Wait, what? This guy again? I'm here to give you the most important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... Cough, cough. As I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I've got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine. I'll work through. Cough, more cough. To fulfill the prophecy, you must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. What? Why? We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your arrivals to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared by a timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics for these two is off the charts. Stand up, screw it, let's do this. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Fool. Fool for fool, fool, fool. Good one, Van Van, fool, fool. I like your gumption, Fern Fern, fool, fool, fool. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps up. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Nope, referee. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Right. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. What? Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Aru. I stand corrected. The hard way builds solely on a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope it's a message that lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now it's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. What are we doing here? You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him here again. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Border boil is 100 Celsius, yes. Not Fahrenheit, because Fahrenheit is a moon regiment. That's alright, but how could you have even gotten into school without knowing that? Winnie gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. It needs 11 herbs and spices. That's right, you might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind? Trust. Boo! I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog who's never seen it. There, whatever. Next question. Your class routes are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you never to forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now, what would be a good time to harness? Where does that come from? Small town dreams. Dreams, because cliche, yes. That's right, this is your shot, and you're going to miss it. Aru. Do I have to get my dog in here to make Aru noises? You'll make Aru noises. You try and shut out the noise of the cafeteria and focus on your own work. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. Lies. Don't make me get the spray bottle. I'll get you the spray bottle. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. God damn it. What? Something about gravy in a bathtub? You're stuck on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? Why? I know, right? I have no idea what I just clicked there. What does it take? What does that have to do with crafting a spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? As the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colourful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into the stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. I know you love nothing more than seeing fellow appliances utilised in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that in sacrificing a personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Fern does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get very far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realise how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue the dough before it's overmixed. No, you don't do that. That's a bad idea. Yep, see, that's what's going to happen. And now I'm stuck in a mixer. What you often find is that this easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Yeah, if you're dumb enough to stick your hand into a mixer. Ugh. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. I'm so close to finishing my dish. Look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Oh, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely it makes me the winner by default. You see Sprinkles bringing these all these chops as he looks at the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavour that tastes good and tells the story of excellent. It's a boob. I was going to ask Fern to do the honour, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring of this cremia or whatever of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. I'm starting to run out of steam here. Been talking solidly for the last hour and a half. Colonel Sanders, if you would mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Is it poop? No, it's cake. And an entire honeycomb. Why? Inside you find delicate fried cheese, croquettes atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry galette. Sounds like one of those cooking shows my mother loves to watch. Nah, I'm extremely experienced cook. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something in his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage, or put yourself between Sanders and Ashley. I'm still stuck in the mixer, aren't I? Internalize the rage. Internalize it! That's how you become the Hulk. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. Wait, what? The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Who needs eyebrows? Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried eyebrows, you run to the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. Yay, self-doubt. You're trying to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting now, and not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. Yeah, I should probably go see a doctor. I'm fine. No, I should go to a doctor. Shouldn't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. And the pose. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful and motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. And modest. Are you going to talk about modesty? I guess not. I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. Why? Did he actually do that? I don't know. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. How old is he in this school anyway? It sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labour, money could deter me from being the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. There it is. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world. Joy? No, you will bring obesity to the entire world. That's better. And make up for my past misdeeds by making people fat. Yay! Wait, what? Did he just... Is that it? He just came up and Ralph Wiggum'd. Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork monster. Borko? It is I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. You don't have shoulders. Monster problems, am I right? You don't even have arms. You have sticky out sporks. Oh, thanks, Sporko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also wanted to apologise for the way I switched right into attack mode. I mean, you did initiate a turn-based battle. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a Spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever. See, that's what happens when you give your dog KFC. But I was still a student, until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dire enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely, I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, you shouldn't rely on such dark, evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be right there. Right. It sounds like there will be some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Together, you and I... Together, I am sure we can defeat them. I don't know where I came up with that. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected, particularly the baby with the beard and the chicken. Don't give your baby chicken! Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, Spartan as it is, you start to feel a special bond with him. Has he framed a light switch over there? It looks like you've lived such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. I mean, he's a lawyer, he's an obstetrician, failed. He's apparently a military man because he's a colonel. That appears to be a mustache brush down there. Why? And he has a giant wooden... No. No. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching. Never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavours and textures. Is it putting seasoning in salt? And putting it on chips? Chips! Everything is chips, by the way, if you're Australian. It is all chips. I'm not sure if you nailed it, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what your dish might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him? Or... Yeah, let's reveal it. You decide that you're ready as it ever be if you want to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Is it going to be something like seasoned fries? Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. Oh, it's coleslaw. It's cabbage with mayonnaise on it. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent. I mean, it's cabbage with mayonnaise on it and maybe some peas. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. That sounds kind of gross. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? I mean, he is the kind of guy who frames his light switches. Make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. And he's gone off to reverse engineer my coleslaw and steal it for his chain of evil restaurants. You realise now that would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look at closer. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. I mean, let's see. We have his... No, we're not going to talk about that. That's his mustache comb. That's a scented candle, which presumably smells like chicken. I want to know why he's framed a light switch. Oh, it's a safe. Okay, this must be where he keeps a secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, that is an idiot's combination to put on a safe, by the way. Sort of password an idiot puts on his luggage. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? No! No, it cannot. That's called salmonella. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Who's dead? You take a closer look at the large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can clearly read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Mustache comb? A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realise that the hair therein isn't just silvery in colour, it's actually made of spun silver. What? If I look in there, am I going to see the Colonel's butt? You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of Student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window crack and the ghost of Student is swept out with a breeze. That's just mean. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. What? Taxidermy? Must have been held to the Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." What is the state bird of Kentucky, anyway? Is this a chicken scented candle? A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in the lake? Summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's cancer! Okay, now he's breaking time. This photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. So, what, he's a Time Lord now? Don't give babies chicken. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From his goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Possibly the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of their company they founded, right? Yeah. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. Maybe his life is recursive. I don't know. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. That's not a word. You look closely and see if there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Alright. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one of them off its hanger and try it on. Why? Who does that? The jacket is a bit big for you, but soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. It's creepy. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on and he wants you to taste it. You try and act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it looks good on you. Because you're a creeper and you just started randomly wearing my clothes. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. Damn you cold. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire, why don't you come a little closer? And now we're going to start getting very, very disturbing. Final exams are tomorrow. I should be home study. Overwhelming, you take off the jacket and run for the door. Because things are getting creepy and recursive-lifed Colonel Sanders is starting to make moves. But the thought of leaving the Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes? I honestly think that this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! Really? We're doing this again. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Okay, apparently this is getting creepy again. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is the day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned. Morbid obesity. In some jurisdictions, isn't even legal. Oh, so it's MJ. Right, okay, that explains an enormous amount. But if that recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. It's chicken! Also, KFC's been doing breakfast for a while and it's basically just... Yeah, it's basically that. It's chicken. It's a piece of KFC chicken and usually an English muffin or something. Also, really bad coffee. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift cookery? Flatter him. Let's just make it creepier. You know what? It's already starting to get creepy. We'll just bog down, be creepier. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking about you? It's all happening so quickly. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting a bit of the pot of KFC's money. They have a lot of it. Overcome with emotion and confused by your own feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school, after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Wait, it's for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Why are you in my house, you? Where have you been? Because I have one heck of a night. Have you been... You haven't been doing horrible things with a cooking appliance, have you? I'd be desperate to talk about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something has happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now it turns out you're fine. I can totally get to speed on the saga of Miriam. Oh yay, she's going to talk about herself. You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. You did do horrible things to a cooking appliance. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know a little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did you just say sky... Wait, yeah, what? Now I'm not sure where to stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own life is just too much to spare. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. No, I spent the night rummaging through his stuff. You right. Nothing happened, but the emotional connection was wowzers, because that's what happens when you find someone rummaging through your stuff. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Why is that a clickable button? Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from the distance they're picking on, let's face it, Chef Ralph Wiggum. Though he himself might not be quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up run right away. I'll have my swirly with Sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. Oh, good grief, he is Ralph Wiggum. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. I mean, he has that point. There is that horse at Colonel Sanders' Rice's school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve. I suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from today's mixer accident makes you wince in pain, because apparently I'm an enormous dullard who sticks hands in mixers. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking with that. Might as well just give up. I never give up. Never. Colonel Sanders arrives. It appears things are going close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Yeah, petty schoolyard bollocks. Is everyone excited for the final days of school? How's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hand? No, because you were an idiot and stuck your hand in a mixer. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. It was chocolate dome, actually. Those things almost never hold up. What's he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavour of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received, but Domino's has bought your chocolate sauce because it tastes like water. That's a lot of words to say, it was bland. See? Excuse me, I am more than capable to speak to myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine arts of fine foods. See you inside. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, what's that book? It looks like bad news. It's an evil book! It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire. Yes, it's got a chicken on it though. But I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire, if it's called a grimoire, it's evil. That's just the rules. I don't know. Who would spend that much time decorating a magic book if it wasn't really powerful? Someone with way too much time on their hands is why. I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I could scrub out Colonel Sanders, I would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way too drastic. Could you do something else, like anything else, not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a perfectly good excuse to try it out. Yeah, that sounds like a really dumb idea. Let's not do that. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class, because that sounds like dumb when you're going meddling around your own memories. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive, because apparently dog. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know that I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Just let him do his thing. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Because dog moment. Terrence? The squirrel's named Terrence, I guess. Terrence, I told you never to come back here, Terrence. I will destroy you, Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professorial tone. Blech. I apologise for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into this class. Oh no. Words and sparks come to the back of the room. What? Ugh. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? That's essentially what skydiving is. Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan, J and J. Watch us form a triangle in mid-air as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make a great date. Why are we watching this? Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You know, and pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Steam pulls out his gaps in the panel, then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. And now you broke him. Right. Did he cook a person? In terms of deep fried footwear, it looks okay. Guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room and be alone with his shoe. Why? Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition, showcase, challenge, exam in caps. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul in need of a pep talk. Why? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. Why tiny? How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? A tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke. Even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. It's a pressure cooker. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say that now. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through the final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Oh, that's cheesy. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to ride up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. He's offering me an enormous amount of money, you understand. Of course not. Well, maybe sorta. But I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, with a big ranch enough for both of us, whoever we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for that first someone to... Oh, you can't. I'm running out of breath here. Oh dear. Big hug. Going to make a very special soup. And bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. Yeah, soup. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay. How did lunch suddenly just happen? But that's okay, because you have a better idea of how to spend the time for your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. Is it the location of your final challenge? A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, a test of deep frying things. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his evil counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through the quick test of recipe you've been working on. Famous chicken pot pie. Actually, the KFC pies, when they do make them, I'm not sure if they actually make them outside of Australia, but they are surprisingly nice and really good to dip your chips into. Of course, don't eat them because, you know, obesity. After practicing for months, making this dish seems like second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders, and he's just spread petals all over the kitchen. What are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. I'll just take it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pies began to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually be happy to share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your hand, it cost you a cook-off. You decided that it's time to put your own cooking above your romantic desires, or desires for exceeding an ounce of money, as the case might be. But that decision gets hard to stick with when, money, the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up. Because this guy's going to give me enormous amounts of money. Okay, you got me. Doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That probably explains the regular Colonel's physique. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You know, there's a pot pie from just the smell. Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. I know, is it burning? Oh no, I can smell it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. A moment of truth. Pot pies are delicious. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. I'm going to make chicken. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, except to cook with everything you've got. Well, that's easy. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both the douchebag brigade are prepping widely elaborate dishes, per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big on going small. She's one of those horrible chefs that makes very, very tiny food that don't actually serve the purpose of food. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original fried chicken. Oh god, we hit the copyright marks. The intensity of the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Well, this is getting really serious. Oh, right. So, yeah, we're getting anime now. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. We're getting really anime now. Egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend bat. Oh, no. Miriam flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. And now we're getting to the puns. Ashley scoops her pastries off of the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure cooking technique. Beep. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's a singularity as was foretold. Why? Why are we getting so peak anime? As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has a spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do it the hard way. Who's got magic when you've got passion? We're in peak anime here, so let's just keep going peak anime. I'm going to do it the hard way because friendship! Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink across the room. And now we're going to get boss music. I believe in you, Fern. Miriam knows this too, and I've always believed in you. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yep. Everything is anime. Everything should be whooshing around a lot more than it actually is. What about your dish? If you're here sharing, who is cooking? Tiny food. Short cook time. I'm actually already done. Yeah, tiny food doesn't take long to cook. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. Oi! It's a secret ingredient. Oh, no. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get that eye of newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang around? Sorry, Steve, I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve knows the spork monsters knows that you've got a grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh? You guessed it, sort of. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles into that pot of salted water? Oh, right. So he's going to be a friend now. Steve the spork monster. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in... Wait, hang on, what? Yeah, let's not go into that, shall we? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. No long boring stories. Use some extra power. What it takes, I came here to win. Your hand turns mac and cheese. Yeah. Right, I've just gone Super Saiyan. Okay, mac and cheese Super Saiyan. Right. You will avenge me. Wait. Where'd you come from? Oh, this is just getting ridiculous. You know that with this power you could do everything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because you were powering up your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Because I could cheat and use the pot pie I've got before, I suppose. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching today, and let's say I'm impressed. You've been taking thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up. You're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What happened to you? What about the rules? He's already done it! Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you have ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects and surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting, if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food unit? Wait, does KFC in the States serve mac and cheese? That's a thing. Okay, I imagine it'd be dry and powdery, but if it's a thing. When time expired, the moment everyone else has been waiting for. You must now present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but this class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? Well, Clank went out the back to die. Pop has probably gone off to possibly die. From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hee, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the lassie with his underpants. Hee, I'm flying. Did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing as though he didn't cook anything. He Ralph Wigham'd his way through it. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, but I must say, it's not the worst prank Oscal history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second, pranks, clank. Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a single word beep or other than onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure it out later. Hang on, has he been plugged in this entire time? How did he go skydiving then? That is only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester of 3 long days. But after days of hard work, the time has come. The time has come for me to eat. Did we actually learn anything during this class? I think this dog just has a scam to get people to cook for him. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles. Wow, that's just silly. My word, it's so delicate. That teeny tiny Naratamaki I spy floating in its itsy bitsy bowl. How do you even do that? Yes, please. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. What? No, it's not. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves I picked it myself. Sprinkles carefully snips around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who don't floss. I have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll just enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+, rarely do I test a dish with so much life poured into it as yours. Jeez. She gives you a huge hug. Yay! Friendship! Van, describe your dish. I'd be reluctant to eat anything this guy made, like that, for example. Because the last time he cooked, he literally killed a guy. Uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell, chopped with caviar. I mean, that actually kind of sounds gross. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different coloured type of urchin? Yes. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why he did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Okay, yeah, you've just made a bowl that's literally spikes. And so you give a dog something pointy and they are going to attack it. That's just law. Sprinkles goes all in. Tongue first. He can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch, my tongue. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. Oh yeah, urchin venom. I can't eat this, it keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? There's actually a subreddit called the All We Need Is Plates, I believe. And it's just pictures of food served on things that are not plates. It is idiotic what people will serve things on in the name of food art. Dejected, Van Van goes not so gentle into the night and probably off to kill someone. He's probably actually sentenced the dog to death at this point. Isn't the last you've heard of me? Nyah. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for a moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps with my agitated tongue. Yeah, but you're going to be firing at the back end in seriously huge volumes later on. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a rosewater syrup topped with French meringue connected by a sugar glass. Fnah. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It is very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school. Got toast in your ears or something? I told you, it's a display piece. Yeah. I must say, this is beautiful. However, a cooking competition at a cooking school. Which is why I cooked it. And did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realise that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to a college of eating, a school for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage agitates Ashley and she finally cannot keep up her two-faced routine. You wouldn't know I hire in cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last time you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up. Oh yeah. Also, what's that? Oh, right. Burp. Two chefs? What began as a bowl of simple mac and cheese has become something else. It has evolved into mac and cheese with chicken in it. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blown me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's mac and cheese with chicken in it. It is actually the correct way to make mac and cheese. Mac and cheese with chicken in it, a bit of bacon, maybe some boiled egg. Delicious. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, you pass, you pass. And you get a pass. Oh, yay, it's Oprah. You get B's, and you get B's. Everyone gets B's. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. Don't do that again because last time I did that, I died. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. Mac and cheese with chicken in it. A new menu item is so impressive that even Van Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnificence. Damn it. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit you are indeed an excellent chef. It's mac and cheese, crappy mac and cheese might I add, with chicken in it. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they even be better than this one? It's mac and cheese with chicken in it. Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria is being completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of a school graduation dance. 3 days, and it's basically a scam for this dog. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, this humble day cooler seems downright cute and cozy. No! We are not going to have a beatboxing dog. Okay, it's turntabling. Close enough. Ah, my eyes! Van Van and Ashley tell everyone they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while the villains. But didn't she just literally 5 minutes ago say she's just going to go out and be even more villainous? For a moment, you actually believe them. Yeah, there you go. Not another haunting. No ghosts are allowed at the graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. Oh, so he's not actually dead. I'm disappointed. And now that everyone is together, it's a spork monster. He's totally mellowed out. Which spork monster? From here on out, I've heard that everyone should be my new name. It's Party Monster. Yeah, but which one are you? Student tries to finish what he has to say, but everyone's too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls across the floor of the ballroom, like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could possibly command such an entrance? Or duh. Wait, what? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown. Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honour of educating the son of a chancellor of such and such. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance, and is apparently not dead and self-destructed. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Wait, what? He's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and not that Clank, and I'm not of this earth. Oh, wait, hang on, he might be that Clank. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? I actually feel like I knew this whole time. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Is he just going to say, I must go, my people need me? Miriam, will you come with me? Well, yeah, go Space Tech, Cadet. I understand. Humans are kind of weird. Portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Final curling centers arrive and sprays petals everywhere. Like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. With chicken! And it's not enough to give them just a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. It's a combo deal. Of course it is. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Yeah. There it is. No, it's not the end. Wait, it's not the end? It's not over? I mean, ending on a blatant product placement would probably be the way to go. Everyone feasts their chicken dinner. Winner, chicken dinner. Of course. Colonel Sanders finds you sitting on the edge of the dance floor. What are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities you expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk. That's disturbing. A tiny goatee and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. I am that disturbingly specific person. Would you dance with me? Yes, I'd love to. Yay, we're going to be creepy and sail off into the history of money. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, you'll be ready to take a day off. I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be glad to spend it with you. Yay! And all our ridiculous amounts of money. Work together and play together. Work together? But who'll help you run your restaurants? Could I live with only half of him? Will I be able to endure sharing him with his other life? The life of an entrepreneur. I mean, I could get money. Oh, well, I mean, I'm still going to get his ridiculous amounts of money. So I'm happy with that. That was a very strange game. I'm sorry everyone had to sit through that. And my awful commentary and reading. So with that, I'm going to leave you with this nonsense intro sequence again. We shall hopefully be back next week with everyone back at full strength and not dying. Because I'm just going to go and not talk for the rest of the day. Thank you for watching, everyone. Again, I apologize for the awfulness of this episode. We'll see you next week.